They say all roads lead to Rome, right? But today we're doing a deep dive into the hidden facts about the Eternal City, going way beyond just the Colosseum or the Vatican. Our mission really is to uncover some of the secrets hiding just beneath the surface. Because Rome, well, it isn't just ancient, it's incredibly layered. I mean, it's literally a city built on its own past. You think about those catacombs beneath the streets.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds of kilometers of tunnels, basically a hidden city of the dead, holding remains of early Christians, and apparently forgotten for centuries until rediscovered, in the 1500s?
Exactly. And what's really fascinating, I think, is how Rome makes you realize that the ambition, the sheer ingenuity of the past, it still shapes our world. So our goal here is to see Rome not just as, pretty ruins, but as this hub of really profound technological and historical complexity, stuff that's still influencing engineering, even urban planning today.
Okay, let's dig into that. Maybe start with one of the biggest marvels, Roman concrete. The sources are clear. Our modern concrete crumbles after a few decades sometimes, but Roman structures, like the Pantheon, still standing after 2 millennia. So what was the secret?
Well, the composition is absolutely key. They used volcanic ash, lime, and seawater.
Seawater, okay.
Yeah, and the amazing part, the thing researchers have really latched onto, is the mechanism this creates. When water inevitably seeps into cracks over time, that specific mix allows the material to actually self-heal. The concrete literally repairs itself.
Self-healing concrete 2,000 years ago. That's astonishing.
It really is. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it, if they had this, why did we lose that knowledge for 1,500 years? Was it too complex, too costly compared to maybe faster methods later on? Today, engineers are actively trying to replicate it, to make greener, longer lasting concrete.
Incredible legacy. Okay, let's pivot from sheer durability to spectacle. The Colosseum, we know it was huge, seated over 50,000 people, had elevators, trapdoors, but the detail in the sources that just blows my mind is that they flooded it.
Yes. The Naumachia. Mock naval battles. They engineered this incredibly complex system to channel water into the arena floor.
So it became like a giant basin.
Exactly. Turned it into a temporary lake for ship battles. Imagine the hydraulics involved. Flooding it, then draining it again, presumably quite quickly.
It's hard to even picture. But okay, that complexity wasn't just in these massive projects. It was part of everyday life too, right? What did Romans grab for a quick bite?
Fast food, basically. Human needs don't change that much, do they?
True.
Ancient Rome had thermopolia. These were like street-side snack bars, hot food, wine. It's essentially the Roman equivalent of a takeaway counter.
And we know this how? Finds in Pompeii.
Precisely. They've found traces of food residue in the clay jars, the dolia, proof they were serving up hot meals for people on the move.
And people back then were leaving their mark too, just like we do with social media, only differently.
Oh, absolutely. Their version was graffiti. Walls all over the place covered in political slogans, adverts, jokes, personal messages.
Any good examples?
There's a famous one, something like, "We two dear men, friends forever, we're here. If you want to know our names, they are Gaius and Aulus." Just people saying, "We were here." It's very human, very relatable.
Yeah, that connection across time is powerful. And it's literally under your feet in Rome. This idea of the city as a lasagna of history.
That's a great way to put it. The Basilica of San Clemente is the perfect example. You start in the 12th century church. Then you go downstairs into a 4th century church beneath that. And below that, you find yourself walking on a 1st century Roman street next to an ancient temple to Mithras. 3 layers right there. It's a vertical timeline.
Wow. So you've got historical layers, and then you also have this really unique political geography tucked inside the city, too.
Right. The smallest independent state in the world.
Vatican City.
Exactly. It's tiny, just 0.44 square kilometers. I mean, smaller than many city parks or golf courses.
But completely sovereign.
Totally. Its own laws, post office, currency, and, of course, its own army, the Swiss Guard, protecting the Pope since the early 1500s. It's this little bubble of sovereignty right in the heart of Rome.
So, okay, just to recap a bit, we've gone from self-healing concrete that modern science is trying to copy to flooding the Colosseum for naval battles, ancient fast food, graffiti, layers of history underground, and a whole independent country smaller than a park. It's definitely more complex than just ruins.
It really is. Rome's like this living museum, not just of empires, but of human ambition, daily life, and constant innovation. It shows how much we can still learn from the past, about engineering, society, everything.
Absolutely. All right, here's a final thought for you. Something interesting from the sources about how the past literally shapes our time. We know July and August are named after Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar, but get this. Augustus apparently thought his month should be just as long as Julius's.
Oh, right. July has 31 days.
Exactly. So Augustus supposedly pinched a day from February, which already had fewer days, just to make August 31 days long, too.
Huh.
And that's why poor February is still so short.
Huh. Never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Vanity shaping the calendar.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What modern invention, or maybe what powerful figure today, might end up reshaping something as fundamental as our calendar 2,000 years from now? Something to think about.